welcome to this video. My name is Paszerine and today we are building again in The Sims 4. I have a very special build for you guys today. And I think I say that in almost every build I make now, but I think all my builds are special to me. So hopefully I can inspire you with this one as well. Anyways, today we are building the ruins, which is actually directly inspired by the real-life ruins of the Don Mariano Lacson mansion, which is located north of Bacolod City in the Philippines. It was erected in the year 1920 as a monument of the love of the Don for his late wife who had died in an accident. It's a bit of a tragic story, but one that transcends generations as evidenced by the shell of the structure that remained after it was burned in 1942. So that's the reason why it's called the ruins. I'm gonna flash a photo there on the upper left so you guys could see what this house was supposed to look like before I put up the walls, because it just looks so special. Even though it's just ruined, the ruined version of the house, there's something so beautiful about it in my opinion, and you'll understand why later. So architecturally, it was designed with an Italian Renaissance concept, and because marble was expensive, they actually mixed egg whites into the cement mix. It allowed the walls to have a marble-like effect, and this was also during the time that the country's architectural trends were transcending, I think, from wooden houses with cement walls and stone at the lower ground floor, and then the upper ground floor is made of wood because of the introduction of Portland cement into the country during the American occupation. So during the Spanish era, most of the houses were just made of wood, and the richer ones were able to afford cement. The tides kind of turned around in the later part of the century because wood started to become scarce, and now wooden houses are very trendy these days in my country. So originally this was just going to be the shell. I shared a photo of it in Instagram, and a lot of my followers were like, okay, maybe you should furnish it, because I asked them in a poll whether I should just furnish it or keep it as a shell as it is. I'm so sorry, I stutter a lot. So I decided to furnish it, and unfortunately the ruins doesn't really have photos of the house before it was burnt, because I think all the documents were destroyed pretty much. There weren't really a lot of pictures, there weren't a lot of history that was preserved because of the fire that happened and took away everything, even the interior walls of the house, so it's literally just a shell. So I decided to just do like an adaptive reuse of the place and turn it into kind of like a B&B. And supposedly the design of the interior was gonna be kind of like Italian Renaissance revival, but I was not gonna use CC because I decided not to use CC for this one so that it'll be a lot easier for you guys to get this in the gallery. I'm challenging myself more and more not to use CC because I just want to see how I can build without the need of it. And maybe someday I will start using CC, but I didn't think it was so necessary for this one. So in the end, I wasn't able to do Italian Renaissance as it is because a lot of the furniture here is more Queen Anne, a little bit more England type of furniture, you know, Queen Anne in England. So this is what it turned out, and I did my best to just capture a little bit of an Italian style here and there, because I wasn't really sure how you can do an adaptive reuse of the place without having a little bit of context on the history of how it used to look, other than what is currently available in the space. By the way, if you guys are more interested in the history of the ruins, I put a link in the description to its website. You can check it out. It's a really remarkable story. So this is one of the only structures in the country that had burned down, and the shell of it is perfectly intact with all the details and all the moldings, and I think that's beautiful. I've been here multiple times because I live in Bacolod. I grew up in Bacolod. Currently, I'm not in Bacolod anymore. I moved to the bigger city. But I had a lot of wonderful memories with this place, and I've always found it very fascinating, even before I was into architecture and design. So the ruins has a real sentimental grip on me, and I'm so happy that I was able to build it in The Sims 4, even though it's not 100% accurate, but I wanted it to be as usable to you guys as possible. So this is actually in the gallery right now. If you guys want to download it, it's right there. And another thing, you notice that there are actually multiple bedrooms that is around the house, because the only thing I got from the history of the interior of this place is that it has 10 bedrooms. I wasn't able to fit 10. Originally, there was gonna be 10. Like, this entire house is gonna look like a tiny hotel. So I decided to just have 8 and use like the spare rooms that are supposed to be bedrooms into additional bathrooms and maybe the study downstairs. It worked. And also, that's pretty much what I decided to do with this place. So 10 bedrooms, because the Don Mariano had 10 children, and that was very common during the time. I mean, my dad has 9 siblings. It's crazy. Times have totally changed. So yeah, this can be a B&B, or you can have this as a large residential for those of you doing the Legacy Challenge and could have a house like this. Or you could get like a mod to have multiple Sims in the house, and you could totally have that many number of Sims living here. Unfortunately, I didn't really have much variety in the rooms. I just wanted to look like pretty general, and because this is either gonna be a hotel or a B&B, but I think closer to a B&B. If we do have a hotel someday in The Sims, I'm going to update this build and give it like a reception, give it all the utilities you need for a hotel. It's gonna be hell of a historic hotel. And yeah, Queen Anne style interiors, and yeah, you also notice that there are no doors. I just followed the trend during the time of the American and Spanish colonial era in the Philippines, where they're just transitioning to new design styles. They rarely use doors to close the bedrooms, just curtains, and not necessarily even heavy ones, just sheer curtains to separate bedrooms from larger rooms. And so I just followed the trend right there. So anyways, we're about to end the speed build. I mean the stop motion build. Let me know, by the way, what you think of my build so far. Feel free to suggest anything you'd like me to build someday. I've had a suggestion for ethnic houses. Good news, I have Snowy Escape. We'll probably see a new build from me this week. So thank you for watching. Please enjoy the cinematic.